The fourth and final night of Miracle on Broad Street at the National, and I am joined by a band you might have heard of, 30 Seconds to Mars. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. That is us. We are here and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Who else? So this is the fourth night?
It's the fourth and final night.
Who else was playing?
So we've had 21 Pilots. We've had Queens of the Stone Age, New Politics. Those have been the headliners. And then we've had some really amazing support acts. Like tonight we have Basic Vacation. We've had the 1975. We've had the Unlikely Candidates. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're so good. Like, we've been so blessed to have this all, like, grace the National and come here to Richmond to play 4 nights for us.
That's awesome. Sounds like a good week.
Absolutely.
We're going to make you forget about every other band that was here.
I like that. Right. That's amazing. I believe it, too. I almost had the chance to see you guys when I was down in Norfolk working in radio, and I had to miss the show. So I'm really excited. This is going to be my first 30 Seconds to Mars live.
Right. Welcome to the insanity.
Yeah. I know it's going to be an experience that I take with me.
Yeah.
Now, I know you were looking around the room. A story I love to share with everyone is that this is original, and it's hand-painted from the 1920s. Yep. It was a nursery. And when they ripped down all the wallpaper that was up, which hence the tears in certain places, they found this, and then they dug deeper and looked into the history of the theater. I guess there was some adultery going on between the husband and wife that lived here, and the mother ended up hanging herself under the stage.
Oh.
Yes.
So if you're really quiet, you can
hear the ghost. Hear the ghost. I felt that.
It is a little creepy, some of these drawings, but
I know they are.
But
right?
you know, I don't buy that all of these were. Some of them don't look like they were done by the same artist. You know, I mean, these tall ones. There's like a young girl with a kind of bizarre dress on, and funny pointed hat.
That's not bizarre. That's what I wore to prom.
It may be, but she's 3.
It's interesting. She's holding a rope, and the wife was hung her.
Yeah, but there's a little guy over there hanging from a rope as well. But it kind of looks like a monkey, but doesn't, you know? I don't know. There's a troll in a box over here. There's some creepy stuff happening.
And all of a sudden, I feel like I've been taking drugs for the past hour. I never looked at it that closely.
Hey, what's up with that little dog right there? Is that like a dead dog hanging next to that cat? I mean,
it's very strange.
All right.
What's going on?
We're going to skip past the dead dogs because that's not, I can't go down for being known about the interview with 30 Seconds to Mars talking about the dead dogs. I love that you guys, I just saw all of the write-ups about Artifact. Now, that's a project where you get to talk about what you went through with the lawsuit with EMI. But I think the biggest message is for aspiring artists. Like, the advice that you have, which I think a lot of people, they see like, oh, this is drama, this is a document, but there's a really strong message there that I think in if you were going to put it into layman's terms, how would you describe what this documentary is, the essence of it?
Well, it's a David and Goliath battle about that age-old war between art and commerce. You know, it's about the making of This Is War. So 30 Seconds to Mars, people interested in 30 Seconds to Mars may find it interesting. And it's also about that, you know, desire to make your dreams come true and fighting great obstacles in order to make it happen. We were sued by our record company for $30 million. And that was after we contested our contract because we found out that we were being treated really unfairly. So we made a movie about it, and I'm excited for other artists to see it too because it's a chance to shed light on how things can work when you sign to a record company. And it doesn't always work that way, but it does often. And it really shouldn't. But it came out worldwide on iTunes about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it's been a great success. And we've gotten a lot of support about it.
Yeah, and I like the message that you have overall, which is that it's not, you know, F the man, it's just be cautious. You know, you still need support. You still need people. But be cautious. Have you guys, just out of curiosity, have you ever read Hitmen?
Yeah, I read it years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I think Artifact is really unique because you haven't really seen a documentary from the artist's point of view about a battle with a record company that's this intimate, that's this informative. We really pull back the curtain on a lot of age-old practices that are bizarre and shouldn't be in place. We talk about new practices like the 360 deal and what it means to be signed to a major label. So yeah, really informative, and I'm excited for people to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's so wonderful that at where you're at in your career with the band, you guys are taking this opportunity to share like what you've learned, like to educate, you know, whether you're just into being in the record industry. Some people just want to be in radio. I think it's important that you know how it all works because it creates respect amongst the artists. You know, when you come in here, I understand a little bit more about what it is that you're going through behind the scenes. It's not just, you know, yeah, we get laid when we want. We go and we tour the country and, you know, sell records.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It's jealousy.
I was thinking earlier when you talked about messages and something, and I was thinking about in the 80s how the message of some of the bands was like party, beer, boobs. And I mean, some bands still have that message, but it was just insane. MTV, you would turn on and see these videos that, you know, like whether it was Van Halen or Quiet Riot. It was nuts.
Simpler times, man. Simpler
yeah, but I think, you know,
that's still the message on XL102.
Oh, right?
That's
party, pizza, and beer.
Correct.
But, you know, for artists and for people who love documentaries, iTunes is a great place because you can really learn a lot. You can watch these films about stories that you had no idea existed.
Sure.
I love documentaries, and I think that what we found is Artifact works not just for people who are fans 30 Seconds to Mars, but people who like engaging documentaries. Yeah.
I mean, and that is totally like a subculture, like people who just want to know. Well, I just want to wrap things up by saying thank you so much for being here.
Our
I know
pleasure.
that you guys are going to go hang out with Elliot in the morning, the whole crew next. We're big fans.
The morning crew,
Hopefully he doesn't chain smoke over the oysters.
Wow.
He does. He does.
Thanks for the warning.
Who needs cocktail sauce?
Yeah, my biggest joke with Elliot is I would love to put like one of those gauges under his neck right here to see how much grease actually drips from the
Jesus.
hair. But I get to say that because he says whatever he wants on the air about all of us, and we love him for it. Thank you so much for being here. Fourth and final night of Miracle on Broad Street.
That's it.
Have a good time.
Thank you. Happy holidays. We love you guys.